Really? Is that like we're live and the meeting starting or just?
Right.
Oh, the clock's on 6 or 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, yeah, 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get the meeting started. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
And a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of our last meeting. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll open up our 2026 public budget hearing.
Okay, we have a proposed budget in the amount of $4,934,500 with a levy of $1,745,180. Our maximum levy the state said we could ask for is $1,727,269. So we're about $15 over, or $15,000 over the max, which they want you to be over a little bit. So we might see a small cut somewhere. This is, everybody's had a chance to, I've had this budget ready for people to look at. Does anybody have any questions?
It's called We All Trust You, Lori.
Thank you.
Is there anybody from the public that has anything? Any discussion from the public?
So we'll have our adoption hearing at the the first meeting in October, I think. Yeah. So.
We'll close this meeting. Darcy, you here to speak for Jenny tonight for Main Street?
Help Jenny, or Snyder, but she's got the wrong night.
Oh, no.
So I will try. If you have,
Come on up to the podium.
oh, I'm still, okay.
Yeah, you get to be up here where the camera can get you.
Do you have questions, or what are we talking about? The decoration for fall? Is that what we're talking about?
We have no idea, it just says,
Oh, she put it on the agenda?
She
yeah.
asked to be on the agenda, and
Okay.
what was it about?
She
said-
wanted, Main Street wanted to coordinate or work with, Halloween in Heroes. They wanted to add to that food trucks, I believe, up on 9, wanted us to block that off, wanted to make sure, I think, inner thing. And I mean, normally it kind of take care of itself with the vehicles, but they wanted to make sure that we would be willing to let them close Spring High, Michigan, which is basically what they've done every year that they've done it. But I think that's what I remember is the highlights. I think the biggest thing was they wanted to add the food trucks, and I think on us. And I'm not sure they may be gonna have some activities or something for kids. I can't remember exactly.
I haven't
what she-
thought that part, but I think we were gonna help coordinate food trucks if you would. We'd be happy to help do that.
Honestly, it's good when you have kids down there and you're not at home. I think it's a great opportunity.
I think you'll just add to your event. I mean, for the, is it your event or is it the
Mhm.
county?
County.
Okay, I think it would just be
I
nice.
think it's the first responders.
Yeah.
in the county.
Somebody's coming, but I don't know if it's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything further?
So,
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to allow Main Street to have some food trucks down on 9, close off Spring High and Michigan for their Heroes trick or
We need
treat.
I've been going every year.
It's
Be a different
wonderful.
street. I mean, those 3 streets are already full. Can you close 9? Can you put the food trucks on 9?
They're
Normally, that's where we-
right out front.
I don't
Yeah.
think we. really
You don't
need to-
close 9, just in the park.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
You have to have a
Or,
permit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have enough time now to get that.
And are you going to decorate first thing
Yeah.
Monday after corn school? So
Yes, that's
when-
the other thing. If it's okay, we're gonna decorate up and down, well, the courthouse, and if it's okay, we'll probably put decor up and down, Detroit Street again, if that's okay.
The pots are being picked up, but the street department said they put them back out after corn.
Okay.
I just don't know what time are you gonna start?
It'll probably be around 4:30, the Monday after corn school is kind of what we're somewhere in there.
They get them on anytime.
You think? Okay. Well, I'll just,
Okay, we
there's
can
some
talk about
smaller
it later.
details, but if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, you guys done a beautiful job last
Thank
year.
you.
It was
It's really
wonderful. It was really wonderful. So we had a lot of compliments and a lot of people say what a good job you did.
And since I'm here, I'll just apologize for Christmas. That was kind of a Christmas twister fiasco, but we learned a lot about artificial trees and
Oh,
things like that.
okay.
Okay,
So we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And got a motion. Somebody make a motion for the up and down Detroit Street
Decorate.
decoration?
Decorating, oh, I motion. Second.
You got a motion and a second to allow you to go up and down Detroit Street with your decoration.
okay, so the corner is different this year because
Yeah.
potentially, should we not decorate down there?
We didn't, so.
Okay, we'll just leave that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Lori, you got anything for us other than what we already talked about?
We have our August bank reconciliation.
I move to approve August.
Okay. You got a motion and a second to approve the August bank reconciliation. Any further discussion? Everybody had a chance to look at it? All in favor? Opposed?
We're looking to set trick or treating. My recommendation would be it's on Friday, so why not have it on Friday? And when we had it 5:30 to 7:30, I think parents kind of like that, gave them a little bit to get home.
Yep, I like it. I move to approve trick or treating set on October 31st, 5:30 to 7:30.
Second. Got a motion and a second to do trick or treat on Friday this year, which would be 10/31 from 5:30 to 7:30. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
I'm
Opposed? Motion carried.
looking for approval to go ahead with the annual breakfast with Santa that we've done the last 20 years, I think. First Saturday in December, 8 to 11. We take donations for gift bags and we give all proceeds to the food and clothes basket unless you have a better idea. If we're okay doing that, because it does cost the town a little bit of money. We don't make money on it really, but it's a nice outreach. People have loved it. I've seen kids grow up and now they're bringing their kids. It's like a big tradition. So
You said 8 to 11, 8:30 to 11?
8 to 11 is what I usually.
First Saturday in December. 6th.
December 6th.
I move to approve breakfast with Santa.
Got a motion and a second to have breakfast with Santa here at the LaGrange Town Hall and Fire Station, December 6th from 8 to 11. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, next is, I did call the Legion and ask about open dates for our town Christmas party. I don't know if you want to go there or not, but things fill up really fast. I think she had the 13th, she had the 6th, the 13th, and the 27th open for us, so I had her pencil us in on the 13th because I don't like to do it the same day as breakfast with Santa, and the 27th is after Christmas.
I make a motion, we go with it.
Stand by. Jeremy, when's your Christmas party? Oh, what I was thinking.
I
I'm
texted
unavailable.
Jeremy and he didn't never answer.
That way it kind of felt the same thing, for the Santa and Christmas party is too much in one day.
It is. But they didn't have,
27th is almost too late.
Well, it's after Christmas and she may have booked it already. I mean, called her last week, but
We could always do it in January.
I'm here for a January. Get bored January and February, but November and December are like just trying to cross the
how
line.
do the rest of you feel about the 27th?
You guys make it when you guys, whatever works better.
Where you headed to the Bahamas?
I don't get to go anywhere.
Yeah, we go here.
I have,
I'll just,
yeah, you guys said it.
I think you're gonna have a problem with the adjusted schedule that we talked about with the holidays based off when the 25th falls.
I mean, it's a Saturday, so we never work anyway, so honestly.
I understand that, but everybody's gonna be off.
They're gonna be off. They might or might not be going anywhere. But yeah, they're gonna.
Why don't we wait till January?
I'll be gone the first 2 weeks in January. Or
Oh,
after the
January.
7th to the 15th, I'll be gone. Vacation. I mean, you guys can have it. I don't care.
No, no.
well, we could do it on the 3rd or 17th.
I can check those dates.
Anybody else?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that you,
Or we can take a poll of the employees and see what they think about the 27th.
Yeah.
I like that idea. It's really for them, so they should be making the decision on it.
If the majority can come then.
Yeah,
yeah,
would still
you're never
pursue
gonna have a
it.
perfect date.
Well,
so.
we can always do the 13th too. I mean, it's no big deal. I'll just have to leave it early or not come to that when I go to the fire department.
It's not the first time that's happened to me
No,
either.
that's lots of times. so.
The only thing I would point out, you might want to give Lori the authority to go ahead and schedule it, because I know things are filling up really fast, and to wait 2 weeks, you're probably going to lose your date.
I say, I
Yeah.
agree with him.
Yeah,
Well, she's already said she's got it scheduled for the
I
13th.
got it scheduled for 13th.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'll Look into those other dates, I mean, and if none of them work, we'll just keep the 13th and just go from there.
okay.
Use your judgment and set it up and let us know when it is.
Yeah, because not everybody's gonna be able to
Right.
come on every date, so.
Is it just
Nobody from the fire department comes to ours, and I'm the only one that
That's
shot see what we go into the fire department probably. Yeah, maybe not.
all depends on.
I probably, it just depends. So there's only just a couple of us that it bothers.
So let's just keep it
If,
the 13th.
yeah,
then.
let's just do the 13th.
Okay.
Okay.
So do I need a motion or can we just move on or what do you want to?
I make a motion, we have our Christmas on December 13th at the Legion.
Second,
Oh, sorry.
It's the time of year that we look at evaluations and set a meeting. So are we going to do evaluations for employees this year to set our 2026 wage and salary ordinance?
Yes.
What do we want to do about that?
I think we should.
Yeah,
You make a motion.
Okay, so
um,
setting a
Say
meeting
that
tonight,
motion.
or do you want to just?
well, we've always had the supervisors
Right.
have written reviews, so we set a date for that. So this is always shot out for like a month. I want to make sure I get the right time frame here.
You give them all of, if you set a meeting in November, they have all of October
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
do. an
And it could be
evaluation.
later in November too. It doesn't have to be the
It could be
first.
the first or the third meeting in November.
Or
another
special day.
Anytime,
Or anytime.
just seems to
Well,
work.
but we don't do that at a regular meeting, do
No,
we?
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Or just follow our
Yeah,
regular meeting.
What day would you like?
November 8th or
Don't
17th.
matter to him. No, he's not involved in it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, get somebody else's opinion.
The supervisor's opinion.
We
You
don't-
guys like the 8th or the 17th November? Better? Guys, just turn papers on.
Well,
The 3rd or the 7th.
What date are you looking at?
Didn't we say November?
Yeah,
but-
November 3rd and November 7th.
Oh, I'm sorry, my little writing made it look like an 8. See that?
I was gonna say, wait a minute,
Yeah,
my
I'm sure it
calendar's
is.
really off. What
Mark, do
year?
you have any input?
As far as, do we, no, I think, I mean, if you're gonna do it with, on the same day that you're doing a regular meeting, you need to do it in an executive session.
Right.
And I would think you'd want a minimum of an hour. So if you're gonna do it before, I would say 5, and if you're gonna do it after, then you could set it immediately following the meeting. Yes, just have to figure out which side of the meeting you wanna go on.
I would do it on the 17th. That gives them a month, better than a month and almost 2 months to do their evaluations, so they're not being pressed.
Yeah.
Cause I have 2 to do, and geez, we're coming up with enough stuff to justify. I mean, so that would give us plenty of time. And do you want it before or after? Can you get here before 6?
I'd rather do it before if we can.
I can.
Josh?
Far enough ahead, I can probably do it.
Well, if it's easier on, I mean, Josh, would you prefer it after? You just slipped in. I know you've got a,
Well, it's far enough ahead on my calendar, I can do
okay.
that.
All right, so let's plan on the 17th at 5 o'clock for exec session for,
Said 5, right?
yes. Everybody good?
I like that date.
I'm done.
Hey, the banners look nice downtown. Yes, I did, by golly.
I am working on banners for winter now, and then we'll be done. But I had an idea, so I
Oh,
emailed my contact at one of them and asked them to do a special one for us. So we'll see what it looks like when
Okay.
it wasn't on the list. It was,
I was gonna say, cause I thought we had already picked out
I
winter
know,
ones,
but-
but that's okay. If you got something nice, we're all good about it.
If it turns out bad, then you'll never see it.
You're
And
not gonna give us a hint, huh?
wintry,
Wintry.
That's fine. Yeah, I bet it would be nice. You pick out good stuff, so I'm not worried at all. One other thing I want to talk about here is LCYC. And, we have money in an account that we have received from donations. And LCYC is talking about, transferring that property, Curtis Park, over to us. And, she's wanting to know if we should give that money to them for the pickleball courts, because that's what it was originally designated for. Since ours aren't gonna happen. Bill, I think we should be able to do an interlocal agreement and give them that $1,500 and it will help out the pickleball courts for there, wouldn't it?
I would think so. I can do a little quick research to make sure that's going to work. I'm looking at my picture right now and staring at Reagan since she's the one that's going to do the little quick research. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we can do that. I'll explain to you the nooks and crannies of that and what we're talking about, Reagan, when I make the assignment.
All right, sounds good.
we will wanna give that, if we're going to, we wanna give it to them while they're doing if they're gonna do that creating spaces patronicity grant, because it will double if they meet their goal.
Oh,
If
really?
They're gonna he's hoping to do the same one we did for the splash pad. He came in and we went through all of that.
Wow, a doubler would be good. That
Yeah.
would really help
So,
them out a lot.
that's why I thought if we have it done ahead of time, then when he gets his campaign started, we can pledge that money and get it. That'll
Something else that,
That's it. Make it harder. I'm picking on Lori.
Get the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keystone Consulting has been sold to BS&A, and there's a software update that Lori's going to be testing to see how it works out. Once that's done, we'll look at how she feels about it and go with a quote. Do you have any kind of information about what it might run?
I think Topeka just got a quote for it, and it seems to me it was around $20,000 to upgrade.
Yeah, that's what it was. And one of the things that Topeka did that's really great is the employees will now log in on their cell phone when they come in. And that logs into the computerized program. And that way there's no longer a need for a time card. That cell phone, when they log in, logs them in, they're good to go.
He's smiling.
It's a lot. I know that 20,000 sounds like a lot, but I don't know when. It could be this year, it won't be this year, but it could be 2 years, it could be 10 years. They're gonna make you switch eventually.
It's coming.
And if we can get it at a cheaper rate and just get it going, and get it over with, it might be a good time to do it. I don't know. I did see a small demo of it at clerk school, and I gotta tell you, it was pretty amazing what that programs do. Like if you have a new vendor, you just scan their new invoice and it picks up all the information, all the billing information, the phone numbers, emails off that invoice and plugs it right into the machine.
Wow.
It's amazing what it can do.
I think we could go down just to one clerk.
It's not that good yet, but they're working on it.
Yeah,
As
but
long as Lori.
I had-
papers.
I had stuff up there on the toll road that I just run it through that scanner and put it right on my computer. I didn't have to do nothing. Before I used to have to type all that stuff in.
20 more years, Lori.
It'll
You
be
gotta
all
sign.
cloud-based, so, if someone was home with a sick child, they could still log in and help in the office and,
Oh, yeah.
we don't have that capability right now, so they're coming way into
Who
the
knows, we may have another
right time
COVID.
period. Yeah,
And that's how I did it. I stayed at home and logged in and did all my stuff from there, which I tried to do afterwards and they wouldn't let me. They made me come back
anyway,
in.
we'll see that tomorrow, and I'll have a recommendation and see how much it's gonna cost. I'm sure it's different for every town, but I know Pico was around 20,000 to upgrade their fund, payroll, utility.
We won't
billing.
hold you to that.
So you can add as many as you want or not everything? Or do you have,
All the programs,
Yeah.
we want to do everything, but
Do
they
everything.
interact with each other. Most of them do.
Something else, she was contacted by Okra. And she's gonna have a meeting with them Tuesday, September the 16th at 3 PM, if anybody's interested. You guys have anything specific you would like her to discuss with them at the time? Mark may have some stuff that we know of right now with
The
Okra.
bulk of what Okra is doing now are planning grants. That's a lot of what they've got going on. I don't know that you're currently in a spot where you need one. I mean, they have grant money available. For instance, if we were back at the beginning of planning for his new water treatment plant, or if like we were looking at planning for, I guess, a new wastewater plant or something like that, there might be some stuff, but the bulk of what I've seen recently that they've got funding for are planning grants for the most part, I'm guessing is what they're gonna come in and talk about, but we'll see.
What can we use that Okra grant for? Because we need a new street department and, salt retention building.
Do you
Can we-
think Okra has anything that would help you in those
Okay.
now? I mean, again,
We
you
can
could
ask,
probably,
but-
you could probably get some type of a grant to plan or just design the building, but they're not gonna pay you anything or give you any money, then to build it.
I think they just have a new representative. for the
Yeah,
area.
I mean,
They're just touching
a lot-
base with everybody. so.
A lot of their grants hinge around water and wastewater. I mean, the planning of, or there are some, I mean, when we looked at initially, the water plant, if you recall, there was an Oprah grant that we could have potentially looked at getting, a grant or a forgivable loan in, but the engine, most of those is, what your rates are. And in most cases, your rates have to be extremely high, for lack of a better statement, to get into those. Cause I think, I don't remember what it was, but I think our water loan rates would have, at like the 2,000 gallon mark, would have had to went up to 70 some dollars to have been able to qualify to get, I don't remember what it was.
According to the public, we're only $2 off from that, so.
Not just in water. Water is not nearly that
I'm just
that
saying,
rate.
okay. Yeah. Find out what you can, I guess. Anybody have anything else for Lori?
Ray, can you swap Sue and Mark possibly as well? I know we went a little long. I know Sue has another meeting in about 4 minutes.
Sue?
I mean, I don't really have anything other than the report. Do you have anything for me?
Everybody have a chance to read Sue's report? So what are VFDs?
Mark probably explained it better than I can, because I don't.
They're a dimmer switch on your
Yeah.
lights.
Oh.
Instead of on off, you can kind of control the intensity.
And
Oh, so that's throughout the buildings and stuff?
They kick on and,
Okay,
pretty much everything at the plant has it.
Yeah.
When we had our meters calibrated, that guy's an electrician, and he actually helped put those in when they redid the plant. And just advised us to warn us that they are pretty much at their lifespan. We should probably look into at least starting getting things around.
how many are we talking about? Is it on every switch?
You're talking your big motors that run the plant, right? You're talking
Yeah.
Oh, big motors.
yeah, you're talking a 6-figure plus number.
Yeah.
Is this something where Oak can get involved in too, Mark?
I don't know if there's grants for that or not, but we'll ask them.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
all they can do is say no.
But yeah, it's basically what they are is like. in-
I thought you
the-
said
the new-
lights.
The new water plant has those on all Mark's pumps and motors. The old water plant didn't. That's why you saw that Mark had to have such a large amount of electric, because what happens if you don't is it takes all of that energy and power to start that mower, and it instantly comes up to full swing. And what VFDs do is they put power to that motor, and it's almost like if you're getting in your car and you let it warm up a little bit, and then as you take off down the road, you start to accelerate and ease into it. It takes far less power to do that, makes it more cost effective and
Okay.
easier on the motors. But as she said, they have a lifespan. And
I must have misunderstood her because I thought she said lights.
No, that was my analogy, sorry.
Oh, that was your
Yeah,
analogy. Somebody said lights, I thought. Geez,
it's a little
6
more than
figures
lights.
for lights.
Yeah.
Like,
Rewired that whole plate. I'll go do that for.
I'll reach out to the electrician and get the numbers and see what.
Yes, please.
come up.
Yeah.
What it's gonna take, if it's something that we have to do in phases, or if we can do it
Well,
all at
Yeah.
once, or- yeah.
yeah. Because, it'd be bad if those went out, I'm guessing. So,
Yeah, it wouldn't be very good.
yeah. So, yeah, please look into it. Anybody else? Okay, thank you so much. Good luck with your next meeting. Mark, you got anything for us other than your report?
yeah, a little bit. Just gonna say the VFDs are basically, if you would take our VFDs away from our new plant, we'd be more like back to the old plant. So they're kind of a new necessary thing.
Well, it makes good sense to start up slow and work your way up to speed rather than just wham.
Yeah, it's supposed to save us main breaks and everything else too, so.
Well, we can definitely use that right now.
Yeah. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about the meeting we went to. I tried to put everything on here the best I could, but Need to start working on our implementation plan. I've kind of been working on that, but I still kind of want to know what everybody thinks a little bit about it. Plus, I probably have something for Bill to look at as far as, you know, getting in people's houses, something breaks, being liable, you know, when we do actually change things out. I just don't know if we need something for that, a release form from people.
Are they gonna make it mandatory that we have to do everything on the customer side too, run lines
They
into
will
their
say
house?
yes. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just shaking their head yes and saying, we're not telling you that. Like, they just won't.
Yeah.
They just want you to change everything or make sure it gets changed, even if you gotta force it on the customer to pay
Yeah.
for it. I don't know. One town was talking about making an ordinance that you had to change it. And if you didn't pay, then they were gonna cut your water off. It was, I know it's,
Well,
they're really wanting to get it done.
Well, especially if they're gonna hold you liable for everything, if something.
And we're really going to want to consider that. I know everybody rolled their eyes, but Mark, I'm not sure based on the liability that we'd have for going inside that I'm too much against drafting an ordinance that says if by such and such a date, you don't have your home the way it needs to be, and we certified it through an inspection, that we don't shut your water off. I mean, I think that's probably going to be the easy way, but Mark, you and I can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bill. I think we need it.
Yeah, I'm really, it makes me nervous with the idea of having our personnel going in and removing lines and then certifying that we got them all. I'd much rather have somebody else certify to me that they got them all.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in at some point, trying to get just a discussion to kind of go over. Mark and I have talked a lot about different avenues to take and, you know, just need some input. I got facts I can put in front of you so you can kind of get an idea of where all these lines are, maybe what order we want to do them in, what our systematic approach would be, you know. And I think it'd be good just because we're gonna have to send letters out again this year.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet, but you know, as soon as they get them,
Yeah.
you know, only half people remember getting them last year. So you're just gonna have a bunch more questions. I'd like to get a plan at least to tell them
Right.
what streets you live on. Okay, that's gonna be in 2030. Like, that's the plan. If you don't like it, then you can replace it on your own dime before that. You know,
but your
So-
plan is to go kind of by streets, not
I-
just a house here and there.
Yeah, I just, maybe get an idea of what streets you guys know you want done, like, you know, repaved or something. We try to put that before the repaved job, if that makes sense. So it's just trying to get an idea of the order to go in.
Well, maybe EPA will have a grant for us to, when we tear up these streets, to do this to help repay.
And that's what they were talking about as far as
That's-
getting money. The sooner we have our plan together, that is where all the money's gonna come from. Is the towns that have their plan will get chosen first for grant.
So do you have contacts with somebody that's already got this ordinance? Bill, do you know of any right off the hand where you could come up with an ordinance for us on this?
No, I don't, but I was just sitting here looking at my calendar, and if Wednesday morning, Mark and I and probably Reagan, since she's the young one, we probably maybe ought to have a little meeting and start putting together A, B, and C and D so we can bring it back to board in an organized fashion, and you folks can help us fill in the blanks.
Sounds like a winner.
So you're saying this Wednesday morning? So if we
Yeah,
shot
Wednesday
that-
morning at 10 o'clock would be a great time for a Zoom meeting.
And then,
That way we could, you know, if we have anything we need to, we could track it down. And if not, then we could get back to the board at the next meeting and say, this is kind of the organized way we want to approach that. Because Mark had some really, really good points there. And I think we need to break them out so you guys can look at them, read them, and get them around your minds. Or get your minds around them, whichever way you want to go that.
So you want the board here?
No, I would refer just to Zoom it with the three or four of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next council meeting is October sixth. Do you want to do that at 5 or at 7 PM?
I think that if we get together and have it ready for you, that you folks can fill in the blanks at that meeting. I don't
Please talk.
really, if we need another meeting, we can reach out and say, hey, we need a workshop. But I'd like for us to get our heads around it first. I mean, this is my first blush with it, and I've already got ideas spinning all over the place. Mark's gonna have to whack me to keep me down.
Yeah,
You're the boss, though.
I think there's a lot of stuff we're gonna have to come up with too. We're gonna have to figure out some way to make sure we can seal these foundations up and stuff where if they're gonna force us to bore through there and pull out old lines that haven't leaked in 100 years, as soon as we do that, there's
Well,
gotta be
that's
some
why I
kind
say
of penalty.
yeah, I want to have a meeting with those guys first before we even start talking about it as a board, because I am dead set against going through anybody's wall. And maybe Mark and Mark will talk me out of that.
Well, how,
That's just what the EPA is just harping
Oh,
on.
I-
They're like, we don't care. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
going all the way.
how
to
else you
here.
gonna get in there? You can't go up, you
They
can't go up
They
because
make
that's
Benton
the
Harbor
freeze.
go all the way past the meter to 2 faucets. Like, I don't know
Oh,
I
my.
don't know how you accomplish that 4,000 times.
So they're gonna make us tear out all the plumbing in somebody's house
So
to,
that was Michigan. So
I know that they
it's
talked
state
about
to
that when
state,
they first
yeah.
came out with that.
Yeah, there's a lot that they're trying to throw at us. I don't know how else.
And that's why we want to have a meeting and get our minds wrapped around this before we start turning it over to the board. I mean, it's not ready for you guys yet. Because, as soon as I heard that, first thing I did is I've got to read a law that tells me I got to go in a private individual's home and tear out their lines. And then when you start throwing in to 2 faucets, oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they haven't pushed that on us yet, but I know they liked how Benton Harbor did it. So, I mean, they wouldn't be against using them as a template, for the rest of the country.
Hopefully that Benton Harbor keeps their ideas to themselves.
Ain't gonna happen like California.
There is information out there, to some degree as far as the lead line replacement, as far as,
Good. We're gonna be gathering it up real quick here, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
In other words, you're telling me to do a Google search, right?
whatever you can do to come up with a template or
no, we've done some
sit down with
research
your
on it.
handy dandy magical fingers and type something out. Or Reagan can. We got confidence. We know you'll come up with something.
Well, we want to wrap our minds around what other people are doing. And the Benton Harbor, statement is something we'll look at real quick, and then come back to the board with something that we recommend after all of us has talked about it: water, legal, and management.
I'd like to find something in Indiana though that has done it, not in Michigan.
Oh, we're gonna be looking there.
So, yeah. Okay.
Nice thing is we're not the oldest town. We're just one of them.
Yeah. That's true. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Oh, plenty.
Hey, Mark,
Anybody got anything?
I'm going to shoot 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning if that works for you and Mark.
Should,
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Street Department,
How you doing tonight?
doing good, you?
Doing good.
Hey, just in case you haven't noticed, leaves are falling.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding.
Favorite season.
Man, I can't believe all the trees that are dropping already. Even seen
Yeah,
one. I think it's
we've
from
been
no water.
we've been getting the leaf backs already. They're ready to go. Of course, we had to dump money into them, but they're ready to go for this year.
Good deal. How the truck's working out? You got miles on them yet?
Yeah, they all got the miles. Now we're just dealing with the dealership to make an appointment. Can't get a hold of anybody to make the appointment with. They're on the fleet side.
Holy moly. We'll have to remember that.
So we're working
I
on
think
that.
I think you guys need to do a couple more. You need to do 8 more locates. That'd give you 100. So that'd be your top number. You're at
Right.
92, so just for this period.
So actually, one of the new trucks are back down at W.A. Jones. They're putting on boards, running boards, for the top. They had to weld some tabs on them, and putting the backup alarm on the reverse. And the one had a couple dents in the toolbox. They were replacing the whole toolbox because it had a couple dents that we did not put in there. So
Huh.
that one truck should be done. I believe Brett said tomorrow, and then we'll drop the other one off. So, and then another thing I'd like to ask or get permission is Christmas coming up, and last year our Santa Claus and Miss Claus stopped working for town hall. Could Lori possibly be looked for a replacement?
Yeah.
You're a jolly old guy.
It might be cold all night long.
I take that as you're not interested.
No.
Are they connected together? Is that why we need to do both?
Yes,
Okay.
but I was just saying if you guys would give her permission to
Yeah.
look for a replacement.
Whatever she needs to. We need Kenny Hammer back.
He's talking about the lights.
I thought you were talking about the Santa Clauses here.
The Santa Claus that comes out there is already committed.
Okay.
I make a motion, we give Lori permission to check into that.
Mhm.
Got a motion and a second to get a new Santa and Mrs. Claus out front for our lighting.
That's what I would say. It's gonna be cold on
I see. I was in a different location.
it.
Yeah, you were.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I don't know, we probably have some money in that fund to maybe update, get some newer stuff out there too.
And I'll look at tomorrow, but probably, I did look a little bit this afternoon and they had a new Santa that has one of those rolling papers that looks.
Oh,
like
so
a
cute.
cactus. No, that would be cute. He was $500.
That's
for
hard.
him.
Something like that year after year.
Yeah, a lot of people look at them, talk about them, especially if they're off.
Right, or the wheels are
Or,
going.
yeah,
backwards.
they're going in reverse.
So I'll look a little more tomorrow.
Okay.
I didn't, for some reason, it didn't click in my head that it was Santa and Mrs. Claus when he was talking to me about it. But we had a lot going on today, so maybe I didn't pay good enough attention.
Anything else, John?
Nope, that's all I got.
Anybody have anything for John? Town's looking nice. You guys keep doing a good job. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Amber have anything for us other than her report? Anybody have anything for Amber? Any questions, about anything on the report?
Mm-mm.
Park. Carolyn, you have anything for the park?
This past Saturday was our last second Saturday that we do music in the park, and it was 80s all week last week. And then
Two.
super hot, and then Saturday was rainy and 65 degrees maybe, so. But Mark Eagleson ran out and unlocked the gates because the band wanted to set up much earlier than I had planned for. So I appreciate that, Mark, thank you. And, but there was like probably, I don't know, I mean, there was like a group of people that hadn't been before, and we had a pretty good turnout, probably one of the best turnouts, but that was the last time that Second Wind is playing as a 5-man band.
Oh, really?
Two of them are retiring, and that was their very last show.
I counted at least 30.
Yeah.
people there, maybe.
Maybe
closer to
more.
40.
Mhm. Despite the weather and stuff.
Yeah.
It was honestly, in the evening, it actually turned into a nice night to like be there, but there weren't hardly any kids. It was a lot of adults, but. Yeah, but that was good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Are we up for turning the splash pad off?
Yeah, splash pads we turning off. We keep the porta potties out there a little bit longer, especially if it's 80 something degrees. Do we have a hard set date or just kind of revisit it in 2 weeks? I guess we actually have 3 weeks because there's 5 Mondays in September. So October 6th is the next one.
Yeah.
Revisit it
Usually-
October 6th.
Yeah, usually we do it,
Mhm. All right, yeah. that's all
and
right.
we're all clear on the porta potties uptown for the corn school and everything.
He's gonna pull it just before corn school and bring it back. The next event is that,
Yeah.
Fry Capper, they'll have one back for that.
Anybody have anything for Karen? Rich, what do you got for us this week?
I just have one thing. I sent you guys a quote
Mhm.
for, or from Stock Enterprises, which is AKA Grappler, for the other two, Tahoes. We raised $14,100. We're a little short of $2,571.76 to get those purchased. Did check with Lori today, and she said we'd be okay she can cover the other part of that. So I'd be asking to try to order 2 more grapplers for the other 2 Tahoes.
I would move to approve the 25.71 and 76 cent. Second. 36 cents.
Yeah, 76 cents.
Doesn't say that here.
Oh, we
Well,
didn't.
it is, it's 76 cents.
Okay.
I just 76 in your thing, but it is 76 cents.
I just did math really fast, that.
The
Well,
actual quote was 16,007 or 671.76. So we raised
All right.
14.1, so
Yeah.
we're short that 76 cents too.
We could take up a collection tonight.
Okay, we got a motion and a second for, Rich to, purchase, 2 new grapplers for $16,671.76 with the, using his shortfall of 2571.76.
Mhm.
And for State Board of Accounts, there's not quote wise, can't quote those anywhere because there's only one of those out in the market, so. We can't quote 2 other quotes to come up with a comparison because they're the only one.
Right.
So just make sure we're covering for Lori.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Have we had a grappler work yet?
Rich, have you shown that video you showed me?
No, I did not. I don't know
You-
if anybody saw, the Michigan grappler that was just used about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I've seen that.
So, which is not far from us.
Nope.
They're the other north department, north of us, and then it goes to Plainfield that has them, so. They had theirs installed the same time we did. We've had 2 attempts, two it didn't work.
Boy, that one in Michigan worked, didn't it?
It worked well.
That is
it is,
exactly
boy.
the textbook. That was beautiful.
So it was a nice one. I seen another one after that, Bill. Another textbook. It was a front wheel drive. So they hooked, that rear wheel. It went off the roadway. He kept trying to go. The second officer came up and just right up behind the vehicle. So in the one in Michigan, they backed up twice. So the first time they backed up, took off, trying to break that strap. The the third time he did it, it ripped the axle off from underneath the car.
Oh.
So it was a stolen car. You had thieves in it, but it was over at that point.
Yeah.
The next one I saw was they grappled it. And then the backup officer came, because they were still trying to get away. He just came up and put his car in between that, so they couldn't back up and do that. So they had him again.
Yeah.
So
It's
if you search it, it's happening 2-3 times a day in the United States.
Wow.
So, good things are coming from it. Yes. So, yeah, they're excited to watch.
Mhm.
You have anything else, Rick?
No, I do not.
Anybody have anything for Rich?
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Have fun.
Thank you.
Jeremy? What do you got for us tonight?
You guys have seen the report, I assume,
Mhm.
Yeah.
64 total runs. It's up a little bit, I guess. Guess there's no questions on that.
Anybody have any questions about it?
Mm.
I want to know what we went on somebody fell off a bike.
You know what,
I know. I just bringing it to attention that we went for somebody that fell off a bike. There's some other stuff here.
There was
But
a couple on there, I thought, what?
Yeah. Me too.
What kind of bike?
Big bike.
I didn't go on that run, but I can assume a bicycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the way it sounded. They did say motorcycle.
They've had some nights where they've had A team, a B team, and a C team at the same time. So they've had some busy events.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the crash out here east on 20, and then they had another one that was someplace else down this way. So they had to leave there, head back down.
They've had some busy.
Yeah.
Busy times.
Jeremy, what is low O2?
Low oxygen. Yeah.
I should have called them Sunday. I went for a walk and I was really low on oxygen. I thought I couldn't get back home. I should have called you guys.
Hey, they've got that coming out.
Emergency, don't go.
Yeah, well. I would think.
So, yeah, that's the most I've seen in a while, 64, so.
Yeah, usually it's down in the 50s. 54, I think, was last month.
So, I've talked with a couple of you about the, generator on Tower 10. Got a couple estimates here. I've looked at a couple different ways to do without it. That's not really an option. I tried going with LED lighting. Nobody wants to touch it. So 2 estimates. And I say 2 because I can't find a third person to want to get into it. So they're only a couple $100 apart. And
What's the starting number to be a couple $100 apart?
one's like 13.5, one's 13.7. Gonna need some attention. And my understanding is this would have been working normal when we bought it, so. It got inspected. If it wasn't working, we would have probably known about it then, so it's something that has happened.
And I think when we went down and looked at that truck, they started that up so they could run the lights out there in the parking lot because they had that thing up in the air. It was running. How big a generator is that?
I believe 10K.
10K.
Yeah. And it's due to the old style lighting, which I thought surely we can just replace that, but. Scott Stewart was involved with that, and he said there's really no good safe way.
I was gonna bring him up if you check.
Yeah, if we're a night scene, we're gonna want those. The truck will operate normally till we need lighting. High up lighting.
No, I'm just trying to compare. That one has a 6-year warranty.
This
This
one didn't
one's
say
2 weeks.
anything about a
All right,
warranty.
this one's 2 weeks. This is gonna have like a project date.
That was the older estimate, so. This guy here, that's his job, that's his company, his generators.
Technically, it's safety equipment, can't go without it.
The first response guy he's very familiar with it. He works on trucks daily, on fire equipment daily, but the generator specialist would probably be my recommendation.
Cheaper there? That doesn't have a warranty?
He probably does, being it's his company, but it's not labeled in there.
Find that.
Yeah,
Yeah, for only $200, I'm going with the warranty.
fair enough.
Well, if that one has a warranty that, and you want to
But
use
we
it.
need to get it ordered
Yeah,
right
we need-
away.
yeah.
I mean, this isn't something that,
Well, we need to have it in writing too, that he's got a warranty on it.
right,
So,
so
We
that's
can
what,
table it and we can work on it next meeting.
that's 3 weeks out.
well,
The only difference will be, lighting from the bucket. As odd as that sounds, but we gotta have it.
well,
Can we,
I think well, go ahead, Josh.
can we make a motion to pending that there is a warranty with that one?
Yeah.
That way we don't have, that way we get this taken care of and.
Right.
Yeah, sounds
Yep.
like your motion. I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to install a new generator in our ladder truck. For 13/5/14, pending proof that there's a warranty. And this one here has a 6 years, so I'm guessing that we should
6 years or
be
better.
pretty clear, and,
Fair enough.
okay. All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Motion carried.
This one,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
great.
a whole lot cheaper. But, the horn quit working on acre 17. Talked with Mark on it, the columns tore apart. Cell Kings thinks they can fix it, but it's special order stuff, so.
A horn?
a mere, how much?
A horn,
The air horn or the Q siren?
the Hong Kong horn.
Oh, on the steering wheel. Okay, well, there's different horns.
Yeah,
There is,
that's
but-
like that horn.
But when the guy was driving down the road and turning the steering wheel and the horn was honking, it was really.
Oh, it honks too much.
Oops.
It's unhooked right now.
I guess it's better to be over than under, but
They seem to come, let's just say that.
yeah, it's
So
true.
they got enough other horns that I would think you need a
I
horn.
don't, they probably didn't got that steering column out when they refurb that truck either. That's probably the original stuff anyway.
Yeah, I can almost,
Yeah.
So what were we looking at?
about $1,800. It's most of the column, what I understand.
They got a horn button they can push. Go.
Well, we wanna.
Can you get one of those squeezy things that you can buy for kids?
You could put it, should have put in a bid.
All of the column and steering wheel will be back together like normal when they're done, so.
You said that was in one of the tankers?
Not too, it's not just like a regular home.
Other place I would look at fixing.
That was the first place I got to. I can look around if we need to.
Not an international?
It is an international, pretty sure.
Well. I would say you need to look around,
I will.
see what else you can find,
It's,
because
it's clearly got other horns on it, so.
Yeah. Because, there could very easily be one of the other garages around it. That would be able to work on this other than the international dealer.
Sure.
That thing's not in warranty. It's, how old is that truck now?
2000.
2000. 25 years old, even around. They may not even make those parts anymore.
Well, someone does.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'd check around and see. That way we're legal. If you can't find anything,
Any other questions? I think that's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you.
thanks for your service.
Hey, Josh, just remember that when you're calling around to get those quotes, if someone says no, that's a request.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Mark, you have anything for us that we haven't talked on yet?
Yeah, I have one. I put a little blurb in there about the fact that, we've been working with DLZ on the, Title VI and ADA transition. So I have tonight, a new version of, it's basically a Town of LaGrange non-discrimination policy statement that would need to be signed by myself as the coordinator and Ray as president, along with the Town of LaGrange Title VI assurance. Basically what this is dealing with and what it's about is they've changed some of the rules in community crossings, as well as with this stuff. We now have to update and or reapprove at least the Title VI, and I believe part of the ADA stuff on an annual basis. So we need this in place for, and Mike was on earlier, and I think he's still there if you got more questions, but basically we got to have this in place and signed and then updated on our website so that when the October 1 date comes around to apply for the 26 community crossings, we have the minimal that we need to do with this and or the ADA plan. We may do some more beyond that. I think it really short amount of time and glanced at it tonight that we made some tweaks. One of the things that we cleaned up in the Title VI plan was, that is the plan, as some of you may remember, that we did years ago, where in the plan there's a flow chart that shows basically the town council, and then off of the town council there's a branch that shows Rich, and then Rich oversees his department. There's also a branch off of the town council that comes to me, and then all of the other departments within town fall under, in kind of a chain situation, under me. And then Lori is a separate branch, and her two girls to the side, because she's an elected official through that. But that was some of it. The other thing is we've changed email addresses for everybody. So it updates some of that. So basically I'd be looking for three things. One, approval to sign the non-discriminatory statement, approval to sign, and that is the entire board, the Title VI assurance policy that I have tonight. And then in an abundance of caution, I'd also like a motion approving the entire board signing any documents that we might run into as we try to get ready for this community crossing involving the ADA transition and or the Title VI policy, that I can collect signatures from you outside of a board meeting if necessary. The real issue is, like I said, they're going to open that window on October 1. I don't necessarily think that we have to submit, 5 minutes after it opens on October 1, but it's basically the month of October and it closed. On the other side of the story, I don't think we want to be submitting on the last day, 10 minutes before it's closed. So I just want to be, we have to have these pieces, but I also want that backup piece. That way as we work through this, again, I really quickly looked over this, when I got it from Mike this afternoon. And that way, when we both work through this, if we determine there's something else that we need to change that would require some additional signatures, we have the ability to do that, so.
Okay, I've got making a motion to move forward with a non-discriminatory statement.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to move forward with our non-discriminatory plan and sign it. And I think you also included future signatures beyond.
Oh, I was doing them, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do that different. All right, so the non-discriminatory. So any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
I make a motion for us to sign the Title VI assurance. All
Second.
So we got a motion to.
Yeah.
To sign the assurance, whatever you said.
Title VI.
Title VI assurance. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, and then in an abundance of caution, if there is need for signatures for the ADA transition and Title VI policy, or Mark to move forward with that.
Second.
Signatures.
No, yeah, we need to authorize you as a board to sign outside of a meeting. Because those would more than likely be the entire board. I need everybody's signature, so I need the ability to get those signatures outside of a meeting.
That's what I said.
That's exactly.
And that's what I.
That's my motion.
And that's what you seconded. Everybody seconded that. So we got a motion and a second to
Sign it outside
allow
of the
Mark
meeting.
to get everybody's
signature.
signature outside of a meeting. If there's any changes to be done on the assurance one, right?
That's
The title.
Transition Title VI.
The transition one
Well, it would, on
any
the
of them.
plan itself, on the actual titles, anything involving the Title VI plan and or the ADA.
Title
plan.
VI plan or the ADA plan. Further discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Page, right, and then everybody signs on the last page. There's 3 copies there.
Right?
Was there anything else, Mike, that you wanted covered in that, or does that get you where you need to be?
No, it gets us where we need to be, and just to kind of add on to that a little bit. Keep in mind these are supposed to be like living documents, so it's never a done document. It's always updated, and that's why they're looking to have you resubmit and recertify it every couple of years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never had a- for long.
Yeah, there's that. I do have a couple of things other than that that I had picked up on and forgot to mention in the stuff. I did sign the paperwork, last week with Dustin Glick, so, the old tattoo shop should be transferring to the town's redevelopment commission. And I got Bill working to get with Dan on getting a time once we get beyond corn school to try to get that down. So that's moving forward. I did reach out to Carolyn. Scott Vanderbeck got with me today regarding Curtis Park. They like the town or whomever to go through and kind of mark the trees that she discussed when we had our meeting that she wanted kept and not gone. So I didn't get him tracked back down. I'll keep trying, Carolyn. I know when we had the meeting, they were wanting to get in there and get that leveled yet this year. So I'm guessing we don't have a huge window.
Okay.
Probably this week or the next that you
Okay.
prefer. So that's happening. I did listen into the commissioners meeting and Tuesday and they've got a post up for the county residents and or town. They will be finally reopening their compost sites. I believe at least initially hours will be 9 to 6 Thursdays and Fridays and 9 to 3 on Saturday, and there will be fees to get rid of anything. So it's what I know on that one. Last one I've got is I've been contacted by the individuals that have been taking care of the American flag uptown on the flagpole and advised that the sources they had to purchase and buy the flags have now decided that they no longer can fund that for them. So the flag was tattered, and when it was to go up yesterday, it was removed, and they now no longer have any funding to have that flag there. My thought is, I think that it needs to be there, I guess, for lack of a better statement, and it's well enough liked. And I talked to Lori about this. I'm not specifically asking that the town take this on and fund it, but I think if you're willing to let us work on that and possibly me to reach out to our local newspapers or whatever, my thing is to do just like a fundraiser for it, is to let people know what's taken place, not trying to throw blame on anybody. I understand with the changes and the cuts and times have gotten more difficult or whatever, but in the past, we've seen people in our community is pretty generous. And I think there's support for that. And I think on top of that, when we moved those properties and sold the properties, part of that, and the new owner was willing to keep that pole and work with us on doing some of that. And I'd hate to see that there not be a flag there anymore, at least why that pole is capable of doing that. So if we're not opposed to that, and I talked to Lori, we thought, we try and social media and or newspaper, get something out and see if we can't raise them some funds, put it into a fund here, hold it here, and then we'd basically purchase the flag for them with those funds, as long as the funds remained. And maybe we have to fundraise on an annual basis or something for that. But when we looked at that, and Lori and I did, you're looking at $450 to do a flag that they do, and they're kind of the same as us. We go through normally with the wind and stuff. You're gonna go through 2 to 3 flags a year. It just kind of depends on the weather and some of that, but a minimum of 2. So the goal would be to try to raise, $1,000 or so to at least get them another year and see where we can go from there.
So is that, you're saying it costs $450 for that flag?
Yeah. I didn't write that down. I've got the measurement size on it. It's a fairly large flag. But like ours here isn't quite that big, and they run 300 or so to do a flag here.
What's going on with that corner?
I've got a lot of messages out and I don't have any responses back. So beyond that, I don't know.
But they have actually purchased it.
It's purchased, it's owned by the gentleman and the Dairy Queen franchise.
Looks like they're working on the old. They got some,
They were inside the old hotel.
yeah.
They were inside the old hotel. There's a painting or a drawing that was inside there on a wall that the Historical Society was interested in keeping, and I think Saturday, they were in there and basically trying to cut that out and then move it in that lift that you see, and the ultimate plan is to hopefully be able to get it off the wall, out of the building, onto the lift to the Historical Society building, and they've got someplace to put it in the basement. And I said, it sounded great, as long as I wasn't involved in any of that lifting, because I have a feeling this thing's gonna be crazy heavy when they get it and trying to move it around. So that's what that's about. It really doesn't have anything to do with the actual demo of the building, and we're kind of in the same place again with that, with Corn School coming. It wouldn't be impossible for them to start prior to that, but man, they really have to get that fenced and secured hard to be able to do that. So,
NIPSCO still hasn't come.
Yeah.
Done what they need to do yet either, so.
now,
They have
still,
done some.
you know, and I'm assuming that,
That's a massive parking.
I did see them working, so I don't know if they've got some plans.
so maybe they're getting closer. It was promised probably 2 months ago that they were gonna be in here and move that pole. And I mean, I know that is a piece of the puzzle. I don't know beyond that. I sent an email to Todd, the gentleman that bought it today. I haven't got a response back saying, hey, can you give me any kind of, an updated timeline, or if there's issues or problems, what are the issues and problems, and, can we help you in some manner?
Since they're gonna be pulling that pole off, it's got our light on it for the flag. Have we got any thoughts on going across the street with the post office and putting a pole in over there someplace that would shine a light up on that flag?
Well,
It's
I mean,
gonna
we
be all
may be
gone
able to
there.
do that, but I mean, I guess to some extent, and I haven't seen a final, I'm kind of interested in what Todd will have. I mean, I would assume Todd's gonna have some poles and lights, in covering that parking lot and stuff, so there may be a way to come off some. I agree with you that it needs a light. I'm just not
I just
sure
wondered if
how we
how we
get
go
there.
about
Yeah, I mean, I think between that and street lights, I mean, there clearly ought to be a way that we can put, something similar to that box light we had before. It's just kind of figuring out what that's gonna look like when it's done.
Well, I know that, you said that, we want to start a fundraising thing, but, I'm all in favor of buying a flag right now and getting it up, and any money that we can get towards it, well, we'll put it towards that.
And that's fine too,
So that
whatever.
it's not hanging up there, with nothing on it, cause he
Second.
brought it in today and put it in the recycle thing.
Yeah. And he stopped and saw him and told me that it was just too tattered to leave it up
Oh, yeah, it
anymore.
was in
And,
bad shape, yeah.
and again, not trying to go at anybody, but the sources that he was using to get those replaced have said they can't do that
Excuse me.
anymore, I guess.
Would we have funds in the rainy day fund or something that we can?
We got promotions that,
We can find.
yeah,
I think we should do that. I think so too.
Rainmaker.
That's fine. I mean,
I make them.
I'm sure he'll be, I'll make.
all right, we got a motion in a second to buy the flag, start a fund for replacement of future things and go from there. Because at one time the Legion bought one, then the Sons would buy one. Gary Lichty, he bought one, and back and forth between the Sons and the Legion. So, I will talk with the Legion on the chaplain there and see if they can't, come up with money to do it maybe every other third time or something like that. Why?
Well, and because I had initially thought of a couple of businesses and stuff that when we raised before that I've contacted that always were generous. And I thought about approaching it that way. And then as I backed away from it, and I'm not saying that I still wouldn't do that if we're going to fundraise, but I thought I'm not so sure that if we just don't open it up completely, it'd be great to get 3 or 4 people that would write, a couple $100 checks, but in the same token, I'd much rather have 100 people that give us $10.
Yeah,
Mm.
whatever we can get, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, get that on order.
Well, you might
We'll
be
get it
surprised
stuck up
if you
there.
put something.
Yeah,
out there.
I think if I can get, and I think I can, I think if I reach out to the two different newspapers and their reporters, I think we can get them to pop a story or whatever, and then figure out a way and let people know that, you know, that they can drop donations for it off here or mail them here or whatever, and see what it does.
Well, it's
Use
worth
them
the
on
try.
social media too.
A lot of people probably would love to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think in the past, what we've seen with some of that and based off what it is, I think it'll get enough support that hopefully, we can at least keep the money going, or if you're willing to somewhat supplement that to where we can keep a flag up there for
Put a QR code. Use it, put it on social media and put it up there by the window. I do.
Yeah.
Is that it, Mark? Anything else?
I think that's it, unless you have something.
Anybody got anything for Mark? Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Bill, you have anything we haven't talked about?
I have nothing you haven't talked about.
Any open discussion tonight?
I've got one for you. We've talked about the alley behind the post office years back about closing that. And the hiccup was we didn't own the parking lot beside it, which we now own. So now we can force our mail people to drop off and go around and not go in and out onto 20. So it's something that you guys would like to. Well,
Where would they move the mailbox?
the mailbox stay right over there. Come in and just make a circle through the parking lot. Before, it wasn't our parking lot, so we couldn't really take traffic. And then we talked about putting it out in the street, and it was just, we ended up with didn't get anywhere.
It's a problem the way it is now.
Yeah, it's always been a problem. Obviously, there's they're always crossing, coming out, and they're not supposed to, it's a one-way. The Amish use it too, and it just causes issues right there. It'd be great if we could keep Paw Patch from coming out there, but it's because the traffic is so busy on 20.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of accidents there. But it's something that was a issue before, and we had talked about, well, how do we run the mail for people to drop mail off in the boxes when we didn't own the parking lot beside it, but we now own that parking lot. I don't know, I want to throw it back up. It's been a discussion years back, but it's a way to stop that from happening, put a guardrail up, and
I was gonna ask, we're gonna put that in there.
you have to have some kind of a guardrail.
Yeah.
But
Probably
I say,
the
how are you
easiest way
gonna
to
close
do
it off?
Is to do the guardrail, and we'll just have to set it deep enough so we're not in
Yeah.
the state right away, because if we try to do
Yeah.
it close to the
You'd have
road,
to
it'll
see
have 100 loops
Yes,
at least.
you know, maybe this guardrail that's gonna come down
Plastic
off of
barriers full of
Railroad
water.
Street, that,
Should be.
right, that maybe could be used and not really cost, you know.
I think it's a great idea. I almost
there's
saw
a-
a buggy getting creamed the other
Yeah.
night, and I was just like,
It's a bad, there's too many entrance exits right there. It's.
Well, with all the truck traffic we have now, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That makes it bad.
I think it's a great idea.
I wouldn't throw it out. It's been quite a few years since we talked about it, but.
I think we have to come up with an ordinance on that, don't we,
Yeah.
Bill?
Yeah, we'd have to close that.
Close the alley first.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, what we'd want to do is come up with an ordinance. We've had a report from the Traffic Safety Committee, which is Rich. So that's taken care of. And so under the ordinance, then we just have to write it. So if we have a methodology that's going to work, Rich and Mark and I can talk and then get the ordinance written and bring it back to the board.
Sounds like a winner.
It's something you
I know
will be
we've
interested. I don't want to waste time.
Well, we've talked about it in years past, maybe not with this board, but I know on other.
Yeah.
And it's been on for a long
Not
time.
something
With the entire intent of the post office, at one point they put signs on both of the mailboxes saying they were gonna remove them.
And now they have one now.
They removed one of them, and one of them sits there
There's a
still.
lot of mail that goes
Oh,
through there. There's
a
time
lot
for
of
that
people
thing
got their
about
mail.
clear full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would not like it so that we couldn't have the mailbox there,
Right.
but I think closing off
Right.
the street is perfect.
Well, that has nothing to do with us. If the post office decides to remove that
Yeah.
mailbox, we can't say anything.
No, no. I-
We would want to do what we do
Sign that
in
says,
conjunction with
"Turn
them.
right to exit," and
Just not go out on the 20 from
yes,
there.
they won't be able to go out in and out
Make a
on.
little curvy thing.
Yeah,
And paint that shows they go around. Yeah.
yeah,
It'd be a piece of cake.
A cul-de-sac.
yes.
I mean, and it is that way at this point. I mean, you'd want to remain, the alley that remains, you want it to remain a one-way in that
Right.
direction of travel.
Right.
Let me ask you this, how
have to
far
go-
do you think we'd have to put that guardrail, rather than just right there? That people wouldn't drive around them off the sidewalk and down onto,
Oh, I think you gotta go to the edge of what we can,
Of our-
edge of the, alley, I guess, I mean, we can't go onto Dean's property, but I think you need to figure out where that edge is, probably by a survey. And then I think you've got to run it all the way across to the grassy area in the front. And if you don't, you
Yeah.
won't stop it because they'll just jump the sidewalk or the curb
Yeah.
or whatever,
Right.
especially the buggy and bike traffic. They're gonna come through anyway. If you don't.
It's a change, so it'll be something we'll have to
oh yeah.
curb their thought
We'll have people
process.
pulling in there and now they're blocking the traffic because they can't get up through there, so.
Right.
We'll have to have some flashing lights on there, something that, so that they can see it. Coming off a paw patch.
But if you're all good with it, Bill and I and Mark can get together.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Please, it'll be wonderful.
All right, thank you.
Rich, I also have a question about corn school.
Yes.
Are you gonna have fire department trucks again?
Yes, now, there's been a committee, met quite a few times, including Mark, Lori, county,
Mhm.
highway, street department, police, it's been a big group, EMA. There's gonna be a lot more blockages, in preparing just in case.
I
The
just
senator
think
was there
that's just
too.
the
so
fear.
Senator's been involved, so
Yeah.
with the corn school committee. It's been a big group and so they've came to an agreement of how they're gonna set up what blockades and how they're gonna do things different this year, so. We probably still are, I think if I remember right, we're still putting a fire truck. I don't remember did that get passed down to you? Yeah, so
Yeah, it
at
did.
9 and 20, there will be a fire truck there.
It's just in today's world, you
Yep,
just,
nope, we're preparing for it, so.
Are all of our streets marked no trucks? So we can enforce stuff?
I don't think all of them.
Where would we detour them down? If they miss town line and they go, can we run down Canal? Where would you run them to? You'd have to.
You know, we always try to run them over to Canal to get them out of there.
Yeah,
It depends on where we catch them. Sometimes if they didn't get too far, we make them back all the way up to CWI and turn around. So. But we struggle with that.
yeah.
It's their GPS told them to go there.
Well, and they can't see and read, so.
Yeah, they just think they can sneak around, so, but that's how we end up with all the damages.
Oh, yeah, they're running over everything, so.
But no, everybody's prepared for that. I think there's some changes that will definitely be good. So
You should be good. John's got a map.
Yeah.
When we met, he's got everything marked. They picked up the additional orange barricades and they're on site already. He's been working with the county highway.
participating, so I mean, we
Yeah, and they've got
definitely,
Down there at 20 and Town Line, who paints the don't go any farther than this white line?
that'd be stated.
The state does
Well, I don't know,
that?
it'd be on town, it's gonna be.
It's probably, I mean, the stuff I don't know, John could probably answer better than me. I'm guessing the stuff that was there was probably done by the state. I don't know whether we touched it up at all this year when they were painting any of that.
John.
I just wondered if we needed to move it back, because that's one of our biggest hangups, was people pulling past that white line and the semis can't make the turn.
and they.
Then they're running over our fire hydrant, knocking the signs down and tearing the light poles out. Stoplight,
So happen.
been there, done it, seen all that stuff.
We do not paint that.
Okay.
Who does the state do that?
Yeah, the state did that.
Do you touch that up?
No, we did not touch that one up. But, you know, that road is a no truck signs.
Right,
And we
but we're
can't-
talking about corn schools, what we're kind of.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that, but I'm just saying we can't keep them off. You know, the comment was made about the no truck signs. We've put them up everywhere and, you know,
Yeah,
just like you guys said, they can't read, they can't see.
I got semis running down Mountain Street all the time. Where are you going?
See, I'm telling you. Yeah.
And yeah, you know, we got the barricades on site where the county's painting up the concrete Jersey walls that will be replaced in certain locations, and it's a lot more work. And then, of course, with the solid waste management doing what they did, it's even more work on removing the trash. So it's going to be a very hectic year. So with corn school.
Job security for you, John.
Well, we're just trying to make everything flow.
I understand. Well, I just wondered.
Everybody's working together on that one.
Good.
They're trying to prepare, so, yep.
Anything else? Is there anything else for the open discussion? I'll entertain a motion to pay the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
My shot meeting today.